Huh? It's like we're the same person. Every day when we turn on the news or social media, it seems like the world is falling apart. And not only can that feel overwhelming, but it can shape our perception of the world. But the truth is actually much brighter than that. So today, in collaboration with Bill and Melinda Gates, and in the spirit of the Gates annual letter, I want to give you 10 things that are improving in our world that's making it a great place to be, and why it's a great time to be alive. Get ready for some smiles! Here are 10 facts that will make you happy. Number 10 is safer workplaces. While many countries are celebrating a decrease in unemployment numbers, others are proudly revealing just how safe their employees are staying. Incredibly, the annual number of workplace injuries has never been lower than it was in 2017. To give you some context, back in the 1970s, nearly 14,000 workers lost their lives in the United States every year. But these days, that number is less than 5,000, nearly 2/3 less. Of course, we'd all love that number to be zero, but this is progress, and it shows that things are getting better in the workplace. Accidents have decreased not just in the United States, but globally, thanks to improvements in safety equipment, regulations, and employers making sure that their employees receive the proper training. So that means you and your family are way safer these days in the workplace. That's something to smile about. Number 9 is energy consumption. Research done between 2016 and 2017 revealed that the amount of energy being used by the world's population is actually on the decline. This is thanks in part to the many programs that a number of countries are using that reward energy efficiency, with savings on utility bills and overall awareness. Timmy, turn off the light, it's good for the world. Not only is energy being used less, but it's also coming from greener sources. The amount of coal being used as a fuel source to create power is falling at a surprising rate, and never before has humanity received more power from solar and wind sources. Now granted, we wouldn't be able to survive on just that alone, but the fact that today over 22% of that electricity comes from cleaner renewable resources, including hydro-sourced power, is a really good sign. At this rate, Santa's gonna start leaving energy efficient light bulbs in bad kids' stockings instead of coal. Ho ho ho, be energy efficient. Number 8 is education. It's going to make you happy to know that the whole world is actually getting more and more intelligent. Youth literacy has reached an all-time high. See, back in the 1960s, nearly 25% of youth between the ages of 15 and 24 were actually illiterate, unable to read or write. However, a study conducted in 2016 revealed that today that number is less than 10%. Look at all y'all reading, just making me proud. Internet access being more available in schools than ever before has helped shape that fact. As of 2017, students are, on average, spending more years learning in school than previous years. In fact, over the last century, average IQs have risen more than 24 points. So on average, every generation of children is smarter than all those that came before. Oh, that's why I have such a big head. Fit the big brain. I'm becoming Megamind. Number 7 is climate change. Climate change has been a hot topic for some time now, and with the amount of news stories and awareness campaigns going on out there, it seems like a fight the Earth is losing. However, fortunately, that's not the case. There is mounting evidence that the changes that governments, corporations, and individual people like you and I are making to protect the planet are actually making a difference. Never before have world leaders taken on such an issue as global warming with a more united front. From promises to cut emissions countrywide to simply going paperless with bills, everyone is making a difference, and it's starting to show. A study by NASA published on January 4th, 2018 showed that for the first time, chlorine levels are declining, meaning that there's less ozone depletion. Yes, well done everybody. Everybody gets more ozone. You get more ozone. Everybody gets more ozone. Number 6 is poverty declining. The number of people surviving on less than $1 has never been lower. In the year 2000, the first Millennium Development Goal was set by 189 United Nations member states, targeting the amount of people living in extreme poverty and hunger. At the time, nearly 43% of the Earth's population fit into that statistic, which was terrifying. Seriously, imagine living on less than $1. You can't even buy a coffee in LA for that. The objective was to cut the number in half by the year 2015, but incredibly, the task succeeded an impressive 5 years early, officially reaching the completion in 2010. What that means is that there are now around 700 million people who are saved from going hungry. And that mission continues today, with new goals being set to end extreme poverty by the year 2030, and eventually the eradication of poverty and hunger in all of their forms as soon as possible. We're on our way. And talking about coffee made me want a coffee. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Number 5 is life expectancy. Everyone, hopefully, wants to live long, healthy lives. And in the last few years, they're getting to experience more and more of that dream. Life expectancy may have tiny dips now and then, but for the most part, over the last few decades, it's been on the rise. People born today are expected to live, on average, nearly 10 years longer than those born in the 1960s. And that wasn't even that long ago. Life expectancy in 2017 is 79 years for males and 81 years for females. And additionally, in the last 25 years, the rate of babies losing their lives before their 5th birthday has dropped nearly 50%. This incredible fact can be attributed to the amazing advancements in preventative medicine, sanitation, the fight against poverty, and even the decrease in how many mothers smoke while pregnant. So let's give it up for all the wonderful mothers out there. Ladies, you're looking strong. Number 4 is sanitation. Okay, toilet humor aside, everyone deserves to have access to sustainable waste treatment or disposal and clean drinking water. In fact, for almost everyone, their lives depend on it. Thankfully, the number of individuals who can access improved sanitation facilities across the planet has been skyrocketing. Never before have so many people been able to drink water without being infected with various diseases or go to the bathroom without spreading them. You might not know this, but human waste being mismanaged has been linked to the transmission of polio, dysentery, cholera, diarrhea, and many other conditions, and is connected to over 280,000 deaths every year. And these improvements have the additional effect of allowing the washing of hands, which anyone requiring a doctor or surgeon will be very, very grateful for. So remember, wash your hands, folks, especially the people coming out of the bathroom. We're watching you. We're judging you. Number 3 are diseases being fought. For too long, a disease called the polio virus has taken the lives of people who were unable to acquire the vaccination required to prevent it. But by the end of 2017, the virus was only found in the countries of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Nigeria. In case you didn't know, this is incredible news. This means that the fight against polio is on the verge of victory, which will bring about the end of it. Known as infantile paralysis, it's a contagious disease that can spread to the spinal cord and cause paralysis and even death. In the early 80s, hundreds of thousands of cases were diagnosed each year, but in 2016, only 37 new cases were reported. Thanks to the World Health Organization and various charities, a virus that has caused so much death and pain in Earth's past is close to being eradicated. So go get your vaccinations, folks, because a little prick now is going to prevent you from getting polio. Kind of worth it. Number 2 are women's rights. Though we haven't quite achieved the equality everyone on the planet deserves, we've never been closer to it. The number of women who are working in the labor industry has never been larger than it is today. Some great examples are that Egypt declared in 2017 that women have equal rights in reformed inheritance laws, and Saudi Arabia lifted the ban on females driving. In the last 20 years, the percentage of women in parliament more than doubled, hitting 23.5% in October October of 2017. And additionally, the fight against sexual harassment and assault has never been stronger, with thousands of people coming forward in a movement that has drawn more attention to it than ever before. Lebanon and Jordan both repealed laws which said rapists were exonerated if they married their victims. So in other words, the progress is really good, and it leaves us with hope for more. And number 1, our cancer rates are falling. Between 1960 and 1988, the rate of cancer-related deaths was at a steep incline, with about 335 people out of every 500,000 on the planet losing the fight in their later years. Then, in the 90s, it hung around at a high point, but I'm happy to inform you that over the last 20 years, that number has plummeted. According to research, cancer-related deaths have fallen a whopping 25%. This means that around 2.1 million lives have been spared over that time. This is due largely in part to the advancements in not only treatment, but detection as well. Awareness has never been higher, which means that people are getting checked more often and funding is given more every year to research. We don't have a cure yet, but we are definitely making a difference, and that will only continue from here. So, those were 10 facts to make you happy, and I really hope they put a smile on your face. This video was made possible by partnering with Bill and Melinda Gates. Yes, that Bill Gates, I'm feeling very lucky right now, #blessed. Every single year, they release their annual letter outlining the great accomplishments that humankind has made over the year. So if you want another big reason to smile with additional positive facts about our world, go to gatesletter.com to read more about why Bill and Melinda are so optimistic about the future in their annual letter. Seriously, go check it out if you want some more smiles, because there's some incredible stuff in that letter. And one final thank you to Bill and Melinda Gates. They were really fun to work with. And that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!